How are you doing, guys? Kevin Paver here for Golfshake.com, and today we're down at Stowmarket Golf Club. We've come to see Ambassador Matt Holbrook, who's recently been fitted for a full bag of Cobra golf clubs. So we're going to go and play a couple of holes with Matt, find out how he's getting on with his new bats. So we're here at your golf club,
Stowmarket in Suffolk.
Yeah, which looks lovely. It's, you've arranged the sunshine.
Perfect.
So we'll go on the golf course. We'll have a chat about your custom fitting, and how the new clubs are going.
Okay, let's do it.
First tee. So it's a par 5. This is it?
It is a par 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Still hit driver.
So we've got the new Cobra F9 Driver.
Yep. Looks beautiful, yellow and black.
No sky marks on it yet?
No sky marks on it yet.
Wow, impressive.
Yep, looks lovely.
So how are you? I mean, firstly, quickly, talk to us about the custom fitting process. So, how long have you had the clubs now?
So I've had the clubs for about 2 weeks now.
2 weeks. So custom fitting was what, 3-4 weeks ago?
Yeah, probably about 3.5 weeks ago, because the turnaround was quite quick.
Yeah. Okay. And so you've had quite a few rounds with them now. I know you've been to the Golf National.
I have. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very windy.
Yeah. Well, so how are you finding them so far? Generally.
Generally, I'll be honest. The woods. Almost there's no transition into these.
Okay.
Really comfortable, especially with a driver. Wedges are absolutely fantastic as well. The irons are taking me a little bit of time to get used to, and the only reason is because it's just completely different to what I had before.
Yeah.
So I've gone from a kind of like a slightly more forgiving club to a bit of a player's club. You know, stiff. I've gone from regular shaft to stiff shaft.
Okay.
But there's been some really good shots. Which is exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna take time for him to bed in. So.
Okay. Well, let's hit this one off the first. Let's see how you get on. Second hole, par 3, Matt.
Yeah.
What we got?
So we've got 165.
Right. 165. 165 to the pin.
165 to the pin. Now the pin is just trying to get a tee. Now the pin is so the green's kind of two-tiered.
Yeah.
So the pin is at the back tier, but there's no legs going long here. So if you go long, you're faced with a really nasty shot back.
So what are we going for?
So I'm going to hit an 8.
Okay.
It's always into a slight wind here, and I feel like it's a good number for the club. I expect it to come up short.
So, in terms of these irons then, compared to the last ones, have you noticed any difference? What about has the yardage been any different? You said it hasn't really made a difference, has it?
No, in terms of the yardage it hasn't, but what I'm finding is whilst they're, I wouldn't say they're as forgiving, but what I'm finding is when I'm just hitting normal shots, for me they just tend to be, I don't really hit them too far right, too far left.
Yeah. So the dispersion's much better.
The dispersion's much better on these.
Do you think that's because they were fitted? Were your last ones fitted?
They were, but not as in depth as the Cobra fitting was.
And it was a long time ago, so swings probably changed.
Yeah, swings changed. You know, I mean, when I got fitted for the last set, you know, I was playing off 16, 17, and obviously I'm at 10 now, so.
So we were just chatting then in the cart, and you were saying how normally that went exactly where you aimed it.
It did.
But you're having to retrain yourself a little bit because your old clubs used to very much have a right to left ball flight.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the sort of shot there where if that had, you know, if I'd have hit that with my old set, that would have probably come round nicely. But the issue that was giving me is if I ever went out of pin, my miss left and right was a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Whereas here, I mean, my miss in theory, because I didn't quite catch it out the middle, would have just been short. It's gone bang on line where I've left it, and I've caught a bit of a naughty lie in the bunker. But
Right, Matt, so this is a bit of a cheeky hole.
It is.
Par 3?
Yeah.
How many yards?
So it measures 248 yards on the card. It's known as Fimber drop.
Okay.
I
mean, it's downhill, but still.
Yeah,
it's quite a long hole.
It is a long hole for a par 3. In the summer, when it's a bit drier, you can hit a longer iron and get down there, but it's going to be free wood today. Yeah.
So talk to us about a 3-wood. So it's adjustable 3 and 4, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's so in terms of the loft, it's kind of sits in between a 3 and a 4-wood.
Yeah.
You can adjust the face angle slightly, but I'm just going to leave it on standard.
Leave it set.
Yeah, and it's got the baffler rails again, which again just helps get the ball on the way. It means that you can hit it, you know, out of a rougher lie as well. Yeah. And still get a fair amount of distance on it.
So how are you finding the 3-wood?
This is
good?
Probably, yeah, it's really good. When I catch it out the middle, but again, my old 3-wood had a regular start shaft, and this is a stiff.
Yeah. Okay.
So I feel like to get a good flight and a good shot out of this, I'm really having to commit to it.
Yeah, go at it a little
bit
harder.
You do have to. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll try and hit one here for you.
All right, I'm looking forward to this one. So we've just come down to the green, this 242-yard par 3.
Yes.
What have we just found?
Well, so because I give you the line and I told you where you needed to put your ball, and you've executed it pretty well. And I hate to admit this on camera, but probably one of the best tee shots I've ever seen on this hole. Beginner's luck, I think.
Look at that one. I mean it's a gimme as well, right? Right, Matt, so 17th hole.
Yep, my favourite hole.
It's getting a bit cold.
Yep.
Bit of rain. What's the deal with this one? This is your favourite hole then?
Yeah, it's my favourite hole. So it plays about 430, 440.
Right.
You've got a big oak tree there. I think that's an oak tree.
So you're going round to the right here, I'm guessing.
So you do go round to the right. The good line is to try and hit it straight over the top of the tree there.
Okay.
But the fairway all kicks off, and it will if you get a good line over the tree, the ball will shoot forward, and it will kick it down from right to left. But even a good tee shot, you can still be left with 190 to 170 into the green. So
it's a tough one then.
It is a tough one. It's a card wrecker, but
not with your new Cobra.
Not with my new
driver.
Cobra driver. I mean, the key here is to find the fairway.
Is it a fairway finder? That's the question.
Well, let's have a look.
Don't hit your shot yet.
Okay.
We've got a double rainbow going on here. Don't know if you can see that. Can you see? Oh, you can see one. That's mega. Right, so that's it, we're done.
We're done.
Enjoyed that, mate. So, the new clubs seem to be working pretty well.
Yeah, like I said to you, there's some really good shots in there that I'm really pleased with. There's the odd loose one kind of thrown in at the minute.
And you're still getting used to them, aren't you?
Yeah, no, it's going to take, I mean, you play the amount of golf that I play with a set of clubs for 4 years, it is going to take a little bit of time getting used to, but the thing that I like most about them at the moment is I have the confidence that I've got the right clubs for me. Yeah. So, you know, it's just a case of bearing with them. You know, I'm just going to grind through for the rest of the winter.
And the Cobra Connect that's in all the clubs, right? Is that's giving you some really good information on your game as it is right now? And yeah, the clubs are pretty new, but it's giving, and it's kind of showing that on Cobra Connect, isn't it? Yeah.
So at the moment, I mean, I've got 4 or 5 rounds tracked on Cobra Connect, and I know, being a stats tracker through Golfshake, I know that you have to build up the rounds before you get a real good holistic view of what, you know, where your strengths and weaknesses are. But early indications would suggest that my driving off the tee, I'm absolutely fine. My chipping and putting is pretty solid, but it's suggesting that I'm, you know, way above my handicap with my irons, which is kind of what we're expecting. So, you know, I'll just put the graft in and we'll get there.
Good stuff. Okay, mate. Well, yeah, enjoyed that. So we'll go back to the car in a second.
Yeah.
Guys, if you haven't seen Matt's fitting video, go and check out the channel. You'll see the fitting video that Matt had with Cobra. I think it's pretty interesting stuff.
It was very eye-opening, yeah.
So yeah, make sure you go and check that video out, and if you enjoyed this one, make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel by clicking the button down there. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll chat to you again soon. Let's go back to the car and get rid of the clubs.